This conference will now be recorded.
Yes. Hi guys. Welcome to demo session of Selenium test automation. Just a moment. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And before starting the session, I just wanted to confirm on my voice and screen share as well. Okay. So can someone please confirm on my voice and screen share, guys? Is everything fine from my end?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yep. Thank you. So just yeah. This is cool. Yes. Okay. So today's topic would be Selenium test automation. So we are all here to understand first what is Selenium, and before that, I will start even from very root level, like what is automation and what is test automation, what is software testing quickly, right? And we'll try to understand what is Selenium automation tool, how to automate any particular scenario or something by using this tool. Okay, all those things I'm going to share today, and also I will give some other details about Selenium test automation. Okay, so let's get into the details. So before that, I'm just let me introduce myself. So this is Ajay, guys. I have total 15 plus years of IT experience, out of which I was into software testing area only, and out of 15 years also I was purely into test automation for almost 12 plus years of experience. Okay, so I was into like Selenium test automation, other tools like HP, UFT, eggplant, or any other auto AT, even other integration tools like Jenkins, GitLab, and Maven, Git, all these integration tools, and also API automation tools, all these. Okay, so I have been training the people since quite long time, guys. So it's almost like 70 plus batches I dealt to till today. Okay, so this is just some brief about myself. Let's directly get into the details of the. So my plan here is to start from the scratch, guys. Like I'm not going to discuss directly what is Selenium or something. Let's first try to understand what is an automation first. Okay, what is an automation, and then we'll try to understand what is test automation and Selenium and all. Okay, so now if you see nowadays in the current trend, anyone, I mean, in all the companies or the product owners or the product stakeholders, they are talking about automation, right? So automation is become has become one of the buzzwords in the IT industry. Everyone is talking about automation. Automation is going to rule the world. Automation is going to change the IT way of we are dealing the products or projects and all, right? So let's try to first understand what is an automation, and then we'll see what is a test automation. And okay, I'm just going to put it in very simple words, guys. So automation is nothing but a simple technique which we are going to build. Okay, a technique or a simple script which we are going to build, and that is going to make a mission or a process or a functionality of application to work automatically on its own with very little human intervention. So that is nothing but an automation. Okay, this is nothing but we are going to build a technique or a script, simple script or simple code kind of thing. Okay, which will make a mission or a process, okay, or a functionality of an application. Functionality of an application is nothing but suppose if we take one simple e-commerce website, that is nothing but online shopping website. What I'm going to do, I'm going to place an order. I'm going to purchase a mobile. I'm going to place an order. So functionality is nothing but launching that particular application into the browser and searching for that particular mobile and adding that item to the cart and adding address details, payment details, and checkout or place an order, right? That is a functionality. So this automation, we are going to suppose I'm going to automate this place an order. So what I do, I will write a script, or I will build one technique which will automatically place an order by running that with a minimal human intervention. Why we are telling this human intervention is required? Because to run that automation script or to maintain that automation script, sometimes we need little manual intervention. But that too, while executing our automation scripts, we don't need any human intervention. That will take care of running the scripts. Okay. This is all about automation thing, guys. So now let's try to understand what is test automation. Okay. So test automation is nothing but just a moment, guys. Let me try to bring this down. Yeah. So test automation is nothing but when it comes to software testing industry. Okay, automation can be implemented or can be used anywhere in the IT industry. It's not only in software testing phase, it can be implemented in development phase, it can be implemented in maintenance or any other phases as well. But when it comes to software testing track, right? So let's try to understand what is test automation. Okay, and also why do we need test automation though we have a manual testing already in place. Okay, first let me tell you what is test automation. Okay, so here in test automation we are going to use a particular tool. Okay, so Selenium is one of the tools. Like that we will use one particular tool and automate the test cases and execute them. So our ultimate goal is here comparing the results, like actual results versus expected results. That is the main goal of even functional or manual testing. Even in functional testing or manual testing, what we do, we will be having some test cases. We are going to run those test cases and finally we'll compare the results. Suppose I clicked on a button, then there is some message should be showing up. Okay, then that whether that message is coming or not, we are going to validate it. Okay, that is nothing but a testing, guys. That's what we are going to do under manual testing or automation testing, anything. Okay, we are going to compare the results, the expected results which we are going to set already, and actual results are the results which we see while while performing those actions. Okay, that's what the main goal of testing, like comparing the expected results against actual results. Same way, same thing we are going to perform using a particular tool, using an automation tool. We are going to automate the test cases and we are going to execute them, so that that automation tool will take care of comparing the results, like expected results versus actual results. This is what it is going to do it. Okay, so this is all about simple test automation. And why do we need test automation or automation testing, though we have manual testing or manual team already there in the project or product. Okay, so there are a lot of factors which made test automation is essential in our software testing, guys. Okay, let's try to understand what are those. The first and foremost is like it saves a lot of time and cost as well. That means, see, if we have automation in place in our project product or project, then if you run those automation scripts, so it will take very less time to finish them, because it is already automated. And in test automation we have an option to run the test cases in parallel. We can run the test case in multiple missions, multiple browsers as well, so that it will reduce lot of time. Okay, it saves lot of time. It will be running faster than the manual testing. So manual testing, suppose if I have some 500 test cases, and if at all we want to test those 500 test cases, there is a team of 4 members from manual testing team or the functional testing team. They have to spend time to time to test those 500 test cases, right? Suppose if we have those automation in place, then if I run those 500 test cases in multiple missions parallelly, then it will run in at least simply in 30 to 40 minutes. But the same will take for manual testing like almost like 4 to 5 hours or a day also, like suppose 8 hours a day, right? So like that, this automation testing saves lot of time if you have implemented into our product or project, and cost also. Suppose here cost is nothing but you have a manual team of 4 members, Then in the same way you have automation team, and they have already automated all the test cases, most of them. Then you can reduce the team size to two or three like that, and then we can just use our automation scripts for entire maintenance phase or entire testing phase, right? So that's where cost also can be reduced. Then 70 to 75% faster than manual testing. Obviously automation testing is faster than the manual testing. So manual testing, the person who sits in front of the machine and he perform the actions one by one. But the automation testing, it will run the test cases in some virtual missions, and it will take care of validating, and it will send the result back to us. That's where always automation testing is faster than the manual testing. And we can cover the all the features of the application into our automation testing. So if you start automating the any application, then we have an option to I mean we can increase the coverage to the all the features. Like suppose if I take e-commerce website, you can you can automate the home page, search results page, product details page, shopping cart page, checkout page, my account page, all pages you can automate. Okay. Next one, reliable in results. The results which we are going to get once the automation execution done, those will be very reliable. Whenever any test case fail, you will get a proper exception details, fail details. And also we have an option called taking a screenshot while executing the test cases. That is possible using automation, guys. Suppose you are executing something, and some issue there, and it got stopped. The test case execution got stopped. Okay, due to some error or due to some application issue itself. Then in our Selenium test automation or any test automation, we have an option to take a screenshot of that particular instance, so that after execution is done, in the results, while analyzing your results, you can easily understand by seeing that screenshot. That's where your results will be, automation results will be very reliable, very helpful after entire execution is done to analyze the failures. Next one, human intervention is not at all required, guys. Whenever your automation test cases are in executing, during your automation execution, during your automation execution, you don't need to sit in front of the machine and check whether it is running properly or not. You can just trigger it and leave the mission, and you can work on some other things. That means you can trigger, it will take care of running in some virtual missions and some virtual servers, and you can use your mission for some other purpose. Okay, that's where manual intervention not at all required. It increases the efficiency, you can effectively test all your features, guys. And reusable test scripts, it is very important, this point, right? Reusable test scripts is nothing but you can write a script once, and then you can reuse across your test cases. For example, suppose I have some 500 test cases for my e-commerce application. Suppose I have one online shopping website like Amazon or Flipkart or eBay or something, right? So one online shopping website, I have 500 test cases automated. So in all 500 test cases, my first step would be like log into application or something. Okay, so that login functionality which I automate once. Okay, I create one method to automate that login part. The same script I'm going to use across all my 500 test cases, because that same step would be there in our 500 test cases. I'm just going to simply reuse that method or the utility which I developed for login to application. That's where you can reuse the scripts or the utilities wherever you are required. You don't need to write again and again. Okay, that is one of the most powerful benefit which we get when we have a automation in place. And test frequency and thoroughly, that means you can run n number of times. Suppose you have already automation scripts are ready, you have built your regression suite. Okay, you have automated regression suite. Whenever you want to run it, sorry, that means in a day you can run any number of times, so that you can check your application health whether it is working properly or not, and number of cycles you can run it. So more cycles, that is nothing but you can run multiple times in a day, and so that you can release your automation or your application to the market to very early. Because in a agile and a DevOps era, right? And I mean trend. So everyone is like to release their products to the market early, right? So that if we have automation in place, so that we will take care of testing quickly and quality of the product quickly, so that we can we can release our product or project to the market early. That is the main goal. So these are all the factors which made automation testing more popular, guys. Okay, more popular, and one of the essential part in our software testing. Okay, so next thing, let's try to understand our main topic, Selenium or Selenium test automation. What is Selenium test automation? What are all different uh, components it has? And all those things will understand step by step. Okay, let me put it in very simple words. What is Selenium? Like, so in simple words, it's an automation tool, guys. It's one of the automation tools available in the market. Okay, and it is a it is not a single tool, guys. It is a suite of softwares, or nothing but group of softwares. It has like four components. Okay, it is not a single tool, it has four components. Okay, which is designed to automate web application interaction. Okay, the main thing here for Selenium is it is going to automate web application interactions, so that scripts can automatically perform how the real user interacts. Okay, how the real user interacting to the web application, like clicking on buttons, filling up a form, entering some text into text boxes, navigating to different pages. All these actions, how the real user performs, right? Same way Selenium script can perform, guys. Okay, that's what I mentioned here. See, Selenium is a suite of software which is designed to automate web application interaction. So I am stressing this thing, automate web application interaction, because Selenium can automate only web application interactions. That is nothing but web application is nothing but the application which we are going to open in a browser using internet. That is nothing but a web application. So there are some other type of applications are Windows based applications or console based applications. For those we don't require any internet or something. Those will be those will have to be installed in our local machine and then open it. But web applications, the applications you can launch anywhere from any machine using a browser with internet. Even from mobile also you can launch it, right? So those kind of applications called web applications. Selenium can focus only automating web applications. Okay, so that scripts can automatically perform the same interactions that any user can perform manually. That is nothing but how the real user or how the manual user perform the actions. Same way Selenium also can perform. Okay, that's what I just mentioned here. It just mimic the behavior of real user. That is nothing but how the real user perform the actions like button click or entering text into text boxes, selecting options from the drop down, how the real user perform, right? Same way Selenium also mimic the actions and it will perform the same actions. Okay, by interacting with the elements of the web elements. Elements are nothing but here buttons, check boxes, radio buttons, are select boxes under. Okay, as I mentioned, Selenium not a single tool, right? It has total four different components, guys. Okay, the first one is Selenium RC, Selenium IDE, Selenium WebDriver, and Selenium Grid. Okay, and each tool like Selenium RC, IDE, Grid, WebDriver, right? Each tool is designed to meet different needs of an organization or a IT industry. That is nothing but Selenium RC is the first version of Selenium released into the market. RC is nothing but remote control, guys. So it was the very first version, that is nothing but Selenium 1.0. Okay, and one more thing is nowadays we don't have Selenium RC. They have deprecated this Selenium RC later in the years, and then they merged some of the features into Selenium WebDriver. Okay, so initially we had only Selenium RC very starting days, like it was released into the market in the year of 2000, 2006 or something, guys. That time only Selenium RC was there, and then uh, later in the 2009 they deprecated this and then they merged these some of the features into Selenium WebDriver. Okay, now we don't have Selenium RC in place, we don't need to learn Selenium RC also. Okay, next component is Selenium IDE. IDE is nothing but integrated development environment. It is basically a simple plug and play tool. That is nothing but it's a browser add-on. We can we can install this browser add-on to Firefox or Chrome or something, and then you can, this is mainly for record and playback. You can record your actions and you can play them back. That is nothing but you can start your Selenium IDE. You can start performing some actions like button clicks or entering some text into text boxes and navigate into different pages. All these actions will be recorded, and then it will generate a script. You can simply run that. You can play back your actions again. Okay, anyway, I will show you all those things in the regular course, guys. But I'm just giving some high level details about what is each tool. Okay, so that is what Selenium IDE is a plugin or add-on to the browser, which is basically for record and playback. Okay, and also in our real-time Selenium test automation, we won't be using the Selenium IDE as part of our real-time scripting. Okay, this is just basically for learning purpose. Mostly we don't use this component also in our real-time test automation. Okay, real-time project implementations basically. That means out of four different components, two are ruled out. Ruled out in the sense we don't need to worry about these two, but we have to learn. Anyway, Selenium ID, I will show you how to install, how to record, how to playback, and all those things. But in when it comes to real-time project implementations, no one will use this as part of their project implementations or project automation. The main tool or the main component of Selenium is Selenium WebDriver. Okay, this is one of the most popular and powerful component of all four, and this is where which we use for automating different applications, guys. Okay, different applications of the web, into the web. It has powerful object oriented concepts, and by using this you can automate button clicks, text boxes, text areas, or radio buttons, check boxes, anything you can automate in as part of web application. Okay, and fourth one is nothing but a Selenium grid. This is basically one of the components of Selenium, which is basically using for distribution testing. Distribution testing is nothing but, suppose you have huge number of test cases, like some 1,000 test cases or 2,000 test cases. If you have a grid implemented into your project, then it will take care of distributing those test cases across different missions or something. That is nothing but, let me quickly show you one simple diagram so that you can understand in a better way. Just a moment, guys. So I'm just opening a simple PPT again, where I'm going to show you one block diagram how Selenium grid works quickly. Sorry, why this has, so today it seems to be very slow. Yeah. So in Selenium grid actually there will be a concept called hub and node, guys. That is nothing but hub mission and node missions. Suppose this is my hub mission. Okay. Okay, and corresponding to that there will be something called node missions. Okay, suppose node 1. Like this I will be having multiple missions. Okay, suppose this is node 2. Nodes are nothing but missions only, physical missions only, guys. So in Selenium Grid we are going to configure something like this. Okay, and node hub mission will be connected to node mission, something like this. Okay, uh, something like this, so that now my hub mission is the place where I will be having all my test cases. Suppose I have total 1000 test cases. Okay, okay, I have total 1000 test cases automated. Just a moment, guys, just a moment. Hello, yeah, I'm back, guys. Just sorry. So I suppose we total 1000 test cases. Okay, so now when Selenium Grid starts executing, right? So these 1000 test cases will be distributed across all the node missions which are configured. Okay, suppose now my in my entire grid architecture I have one hub and four node missions. Suppose when I run it, when I run it, what it will do, right? Hub will identify first how many node missions are configured. Suppose now four node missions are configured. Then it will divide these 1000 test cases into chunks. Like that is nothing but the first chunk will be distributed to node 1, and similarly second chunk, that is nothing but second 250 test cases, will be distributed to node 2, and third chunk will be distributed to node 3, and fourth chunk will be distributed to node 4. That means it will distribute the test cases across the node missions. That means these 1000 test cases will get executed in four different missions like this. First 250 test cases will get executed, second 250 here, third 250 here, like this, and at the end all the results will send back to the hub mission. Okay, after execution is done. So that way, this is nothing but a distribution automation. It is distributing the test cases across the missions, and it will increase a lot of it will reduce a lot of time as well. The test cases will get executed in parallel mode. And node missions also can be anything. Node 1 you can run in a Windows mission. Here you can run in a Linux mission, or Unix mission, or Apple iOS mission also. Okay, like that you can run in any of the operating systems as well. Okay, so this is all about Selenium Grid. Don't worry, anyway we have a separate classes, I mean, for this. That time I will explain what is Selenium Grid in detail. Okay, so next, after components, let's try to understand why Selenium, guys. Okay, so we came from what is automation, what is test automation, why do we need test automation though we have manual testing, and what is Selenium test automation, and now why Selenium. That means there are n number of tools available in the market. Still, why do I need to go for Selenium only? Right, there would be a question, something like that. There are thousands of tools available in the market for automation, test automation. So out of those, why should I select Selenium tool? So there are multiple factors which made Selenium tool most powerful and popular tool in the market, guys. So let's try to understand one by one. The first one is like it's an open source tool, guys. That means you don't need to purchase any license, or you don't need to install any trial version or something like that. So this is a open source tool. Open source is nothing but source code is open to all. Okay, source code is open to all. That means you anyone can go and download the libraries of Selenium, and they can start automating, they can start using that Selenium as part of their automation. Okay, That is one of the main advantage of using Selenium. It's an open source tool. You don't need to purchase any license. You can directly go to the Selenium official website, and download it and use it, and you can start your automation journey there itself. Okay. So generally there will be some other tools where those are like commercial tools or proprietary tools, where first you need to download a trial version and use it for 15 days or 1 month, and then you need to purchase a license. Okay. But here all those headache or all those things won't be there as part of Selenium tool. Next thing is it supports multiple browsers, guys. That means what are all the browsers available in the market? The major browsers like Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Microsoft Internet Explorer or Microsoft Edge, and Safari, Apple Safari browser, Opera. All major browsers will be supported. That means you can run your automation scripts in any one of these browsers. Okay, and it supports multiple programming languages as well. That means generally any automation tool, it supports only one programming language, guys. But here Selenium supports multiple programming languages, like it supports Java, C sharp, that is nothing but .NET, Python, PHP, Ruby, Node.js. Like that, almost 6 to 7 programming languages are supported by Selenium. That means if you are good at any one of these programming languages, suppose you have some idea about Java, okay, then you can start your journey, like automation journey, using Selenium with Java. Or suppose you are good at Python, then you can start Selenium with Python. Or you are good at C sharp or .NET, then you can start Selenium with .NET as well. That's where it has a flexibility of selecting programming languages. And next thing, it supports multiple operating systems. That is nothing but you can automate test cases in one mission, like Windows or something, and you can run the same automation test cases in Linux missions or Unix missions, or even Apple iOS missions. Okay, Apple Mac missions will be there, right? uh, in those operating systems also you can run your test cases. So Selenium supports multiple operating systems as well. It means it is not like it is stick to only Windows operating system. It can it can develop automation scripts anywhere, and you can run anywhere. Next thing, it supports multiple frameworks, guys. That is nothing but there are multiple frameworks available in the market. Unit testing frameworks, and um, kind of uh, uh, like BDD frameworks, right? Like all these frameworks supported by Selenium, like data driven frameworks, or hybrid frameworks, or keyword driven frameworks. There are JUnit, test ng, like this. All test automation testing frameworks are supported by Selenium. And just sorry, yeah. And last thing is it has a larger user base and helping community, because it is a open source tool, right? So there won't be any dedicated team where you can go and ask for the help. Okay, but there are larger user bases and helping communities available in the market. So whenever you stuck anywhere, if you just post your question to Google, you will get lot of responses. There are lot of blogs or websites are discussing about Selenium, and they have given lot of details, so that whenever you stuck somewhere, you can just post your question in Google, you will get lot of responses. Okay, generally open source tools, right? You won't be having direct helping team where you can reach out. But in case of proprietary or commercial tools, there will be a support team where you can write to them, or talk to them whenever you stuck somewhere. But in open source tools, generally you need to follow the documentations, and also there will be a lot of user based community. And also it will have its own blog. Selenium has its own blog where you can post your question, and lot of Selenium experts are there to help you out. Okay. And last and final thing, it's very simple tool, guys. It's very simple, and you can easily adopt this tool, and you can start your automation journey. Okay, that's where. So because of all these factors, Selenium has become one of the most powerful tools in the market, guys. Okay, that's where Selenium has that craze because of open source, supports multiple browsers, supports multiple programming languages, operating systems, and all right. Because of these features, Selenium became one of the most powerful thing. Okay, next thing I'm going to show you how Selenium works. Okay, how Selenium is really working, right? So I'm going to take one simple scenario here, guys. As part of my use case, I'm going to launch Chrome browser. I'm going to launch this simple website called wikipedia.org, and part of that, I'm going to do, right? Let me show you. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to launch wikipedia.org. This is a simple website. Just a moment, let it load. Okay, like this, it has a text box, a select drop down, and button or icon. So what I'm going to write, I'm going to enter India into search box, and I'm going to select a language called English and click on search icon. It is going to navigate to the next page where I'm going to read this text and print it as part of my result. Okay, this is simple use case. After that, I'm going to close the browser. Okay, so this is a simple scenario where I'm going to automate it. Okay, these are the steps. Generally, to automate any test case in Selenium, I have defined 7 basic steps, guys. Okay, if you follow these 7 basic steps, we can automate any test case using Selenium. It is a simple test case or medium or complex any test case. If you follow these 7 basic steps, we can automate any test case. That is nothing but first initiating the webdriver. That is nothing but launching your blank browser first and navigating to the website or web page. You are going to launch your application wikipedia.org or amazon.in or something, anything. Okay, and third step, where we are going to locating the web elements. Web elements are nothing but like buttons, checkboxes, radio buttons, and all these guys. First we need to locate them, where is it, and using some properties, that web element properties we are going to locate. Then in the fourth step we are going to perform the actions on it, like clicking, selecting option from the drop down, selecting radio button or checkbox, clicking on buttons, and all those. Okay, in the fourth step. And fifth step, we are going to wait for some browser response. Suppose after clicking on something, it is going to wait for something, or it is going to taking some time to show the next page or something. And then sixth step, we are going to validate and run it. Nothing but we are going to check whether expected results are coming fine or not. We are going to run it, and then finally in the seventh step, we are concluding the step is nothing but we are closing the browser. Okay, so these are the 7 basic steps. If we follow while automating any test case, so we can easily automate using Selenium. Okay, now I have already I have written a script for the same thing as I'm going to run and show you actually. So if you see here, okay, this is, don't worry about all this. This is a simple, yeah. So this is a simple Java program. I have implemented Selenium with Java here, and I have automated that step, that basic simple use case. So here if you see these first 3 or 4 lines, 3 lines for initiating the WebDriver, nothing but launching your uh, blank browser. This is where we are going to launch wikipedia.org site, and this is where we are going to locating the web elements like search box, language drop down, and search icon. This is where I am going to perform the actions like entering India into search box, selecting English as a language, and clicking on a search icon. And this is where I'm waiting for next page to be loaded. And this is where I'm reading the header text and printing the header text. And this is where I'm simply comparing the results and then making test pass or fail. And this is the last step, seventh step, where I'm closing my browser. Okay, so don't worry for now. Don't worry about what is WebDriver, what is Chrome driver, what is maximize, minimize, get, web element, all those. These things we are going to discuss one by one in the regular classes. Now I'm going to run and show you. If you see, when I start running it, you will see one browser will open and it will start performing these actions. Okay, I'm just running. Please observe so how Selenium is working. Now, as soon as I run it, it will start executing this test case. Okay, So if you see, just a moment, it is initializing the things. Today my machine is very slow. I don't know. See, starting Chrome driver. See, one browser open now. Blank browser first. It is going to maximize it. See, maximized, and then entering that Wikipedia site, and it is loading. India English. Clicked on search icon, and now it is going to the next page and reading the text and closing the browser. See, done. See how quick it was, and this is the header text it read from the browser, and my test case has been passed because I am comparing the this India with expected result India. My test case passed. Okay, this is how Selenium works, guys. This is, you see how the real user interacting, right? In the same way, Selenium also. See, I am not clicking anything, guys. I put my mouse pointer at status bar. Now see, opening the browser, maximizing, entering Wikipedia, and entering India, selecting English and clicking on search icon, navigating to the next page, reading the text and closing the browser. All this taken care by Selenium. Okay, so this is how Selenium works. Okay, don't worry about all this line by line. So by the end of the entire course is done, you will be able to write a script like this. Okay, this is a simple test case, but you will be writing a even medium and complex level test cases also. Okay, don't worry, we'll discuss those things in the regular course. Now let's go back to things. So Selenium, as I mentioned, it can integrate to multiple frameworks or multiple tools, guys. Selenium can be integrated to multiple tools, something like here Cucumber is a BDD approach, open source tool. You can easily integrate Selenium with Cucumber and get the benefits. Sorry, Apache Py is nothing but it's a library for dealing with Excel sheets. Suppose you have some data in Excel sheet. As part of your automation, you want to read the data from the Excel sheet, then you can use this Apache Py. Okay, and TestNG is one of the testing frameworks available in the market. You can easily integrate Selenium with TestNG. You can easily integrate Selenium with uh, 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 Eclipse or IntelliJ IDEA or Visual Studio Code or something. All this, okay, these are IDEs, integrated development environments. By using these, we are going to automate. We are going to write our script. Okay, Eclipse IDE, IntelliJ IDEA, and all. Selenium can easily integrate with that, and Selenium can easily integrate with Maven, which is a Java build tool, and JUnit is another testing framework. Okay, so these are all tools also like open source tools, guys. For all these, you don't need to purchase any license or something. There is no cost involved here. You can easily integrate Selenium with these tools or these frameworks. You can get benefits out of them. Okay, next thing, what are all different types of testings or levels of testings can be performed using Selenium? You can the mainly Selenium is a functional automation tool, guys. It's a functional automation tool. That means you can perform core functional testing, and GUI testing is nothing but graphical user interface testing. UI testing can be performed. Database testing can be performed. You can use a JDBC, and you can connect to the database and validate the database tables. And usability testing is nothing but UAT testing. So generally we have different levels of testing, right? Smoke testing, integration testing, unit testing, integration testing, UAT testing, regression testing, like that, right? So you can use for UAT testing, and you can perform regression testing. Sanity or smoke testing can be done. Cross browser, this is very important. Cross browser testing can be done using Selenium. That is nothing but browser compatibility testing. End-to-end testing can be performed starting from placing an order and validating that. And business process testing a little bit you can perform some business process, you can automate it also. Okay, so all these different levels or types of testings can be performed using Selenium, guys. So next thing, why Selenium with Java? So as I mentioned, right, Selenium has different flavors. That is nothing but Selenium supports multiple programming languages. Still, there are multiple programming languages. Why should I go for Selenium with Java only? And also, our course is also designed for Selenium with Java only, guys. I'm going to teach the entire regular course by taking the Java as a supporting language. Okay, Why Selenium with Java is more popular than other programming languages which supported by Selenium? Okay, there are multiple things. Okay, so most of the Selenium experts or the Selenium guys, they are preferred to use Java. And whenever, and I mean, majority of the percentage, right? If you see out of 100 percentage, 70 to 80% of the Selenium automation projects are using Selenium with Java. So that even if you stuck anywhere and you post your question Google, you will get lot of response. Whenever, if you use Selenium with Java, suppose you are using Selenium with Python, you will get very less support in Google or something. That is where you will have a good support. And majority of users use Java today in the market. Java is a very vast language and it has larger coverage in the world, right? And Java is a platform independent language. That is nothing but you can write in one operating system Windows, you can run your Java program in Linux or Unix or even Apple iOS machines. Okay, so these are some of the factors which made Selenium with Java is a hard combination. And advantages of learning Selenium with Java is Selenium WebDriver itself is written in Java in very starting, so that learning Selenium would be very easy. And as I mentioned, 80% of the Selenium experts prefer to use Selenium using Java because Selenium has a, it has very strong user base and community, guys. So whenever you stuck somewhere, you can simply get the answers from the Google. Okay, when we are going with Selenium using Java. Okay, and final thing is like learning one programming language is always beneficial for our IT guys. So that as part of this course, we are going to learn Java also, but not full Java, like core Java concepts we are going to learn, which are which are required for our Selenium test automation. We don't need to worry about other things. Okay, that's why learning one programming language will certainly help our career. That's where we this will Selenium with Java will help in both the things. Okay, last thing, how much Java is required, guys? So generally, the people who are coming from the non-technical background or non-IT background, they think or they feel like are they scared about programming languages or coding, right? So but when it comes to Selenium test automation, Selenium with Java, so generally Java is very big language. It's very vast language. If at all you want to learn entire Java, it will take 1 year. Okay, 365 days required for learning the entire Java. But when it comes to our Selenium test automation, we don't need to learn the entire Java, guys. Like core Java, advanced Java, like Spring or JSP, Spring Boot, all web services, all these not at all required for us. For our Selenium test automation, we just need only core concepts of Java. Okay, those are also I just listed out this here. See, like object oriented concepts we need to learn what is class, what is object, how to create a class, how to create an object, what is encapsulation, polymorphism, inheritance, and what are the basic control statements, like how to write a if condition, if else condition and all, and how to write a looping statements, how to write arrays and all those, how to use threads and multi-threading, exception handling, Java collection framework. This is very important. And IO concepts at how to handle files, how to read the data from file, how to write data back to file. And finally, JDBC concepts, database connectivity, how to connect to the database, how to validate database tables and all. If we are good at these concepts, then that's it, guys. We don't need to worry about other concepts of Java. So for our Selenium test automations, these are the main concepts which we need to bother about. We don't need to bother about Spring Boot or JSP or applets or any other Java concepts. So these are enough for our Selenium test automation. Okay. Yeah. So quickly, so I have defined 7 steps to learn any automation tool, guys. Let's quickly discuss this. So generally, if at all you are going to start your automation journey, or you are going to learn a new tool, okay, then if you follow these 7 basic steps, you can learn your any tool whichever you are going to start learning, right? You will be master in that by following simple easy steps. That is nothing but first, suppose let's take Selenium test automation only. You are going to start Selenium test automation. You are going to start learning Selenium test automation. Okay. So generally what will happen, Selenium or any automation tool, it supports one programming language, one or more programming languages. First, we need to identify what programming language we are going to learn. Suppose I am going to learn Selenium with Java, then first we need to learn Java programming language. That is nothing but the basic concepts of Java programming language, how to create a class, how to create an object, how to create a method and call them, how to execute a simple Java program and all. Okay. In the first step, we'll learn the programming language. In the second step, we are going to uh, learn the basic features of the automation tool. Okay. So I'm going to learn the basic features like how to launch a browser, how to launch application, how to click on a button, how to enter text into text box. Basic things I will learn from the Selenium tool in the second step. And the third step, I will write a simple, I will try to automate a simple scenario and I will run it. Okay. But obviously 99% of the times your first script will fail. Okay. 99% of the time your first script will fail. So generally people what they do, right, they will try for something, try for some help, and then if that doesn't work, they stop there itself and they will start learning other tools or something. My strong recommendation is like, whenever your first script fail, don't stop there itself. Okay. Don't stop there itself, search for the help, get the help from others, and make that first script pass. Okay. So don't stop it, search for the help, and then get it done, and make that first script running fine. So then you will gain lot of confidence and you can start exploring the tool. Okay. Once your first script running fine and you got confident on tool, then you can explore the tool, what are all different features it has, and how to automate different things and all. You can explore it in the fifth step. And sixth step, you need to practice a lot, guys. So practice only will make you strong in your uh, programming language or even in the tool. Okay. That means you take lot of different applications and start automating that. That way you gain confidence and also you gain more knowledge from your tool. Okay. So once you keep on practicing, right, then you will improve your work. That is meant the day one, how you have written your script, and the day 45 or day 50, you will be improve your work basically throughout the uh, course. Okay. That's where if you follow these seven basic steps, we can learn any tool or any programming language, guys. Okay. Yeah, so that's all about Selenium for today. I'm going to show you some job trends or some interesting surveys done on Selenium, which will give you some details about Selenium trends. Yes. Okay, so this is one of the surveys done by one of the job portals like Naukri. We have different job portals, right? So part of that, they have done extensive survey on how the permanent and contract jobs are evolving from the 2005 to till 2012. Okay. If you see the graph, it has been increasing like this. Okay. That means there are multiple jobs available in the market for Selenium test automation, guys, because that's where the job trend also it is increasing. Like, so in 2020, see, very less jobs were there, but if you see 2021 and 22, it has been increased. Okay. Next thing, when we compare against the different tools, okay, Selenium has occupied major percentage in the market, guys. If you see here, the simple graph, the simple survey tells about 52% of the market share has been has been occupied by Selenium tools out of other tools like QTP or Test Complete or SOAP UI or something. If you see, if you won't compare, only compare Selenium with UFT, 76% of the market share has been occupied by Selenium. Okay, that's where Selenium has become one of the most popular tool. This is another uh, thing, is another survey where Selenium has occupied 28% of the market share among all other tools. Okay, and this is another interesting survey which tells about how many companies in the entire world using Selenium. So there are total 54,273 companies are using Selenium as part of their automation. This is one of the interesting survey done by nlift.com company, and where they found like 54k companies are using Selenium, guys. Okay, that means there are a lot of companies using Selenium. You can, and this graph I took 2 weeks back actually. Maybe this number might have increased also. Okay, yeah, this is one interesting tool which is a market share of 27%. And what are all different roles generally we see in the real time for Selenium test automation, guys? Like automation engineer role, senior quality engineer, tester, Java Selenium automation engineer, mobile testing lead, test analyst. These roles will vary. It varies from one company to other company, guys. But these are some common roles we see in companies like test analyst, SDET, okay, software development test engineers, senior QA automation engineer like that. And who are all the target audience for this particular course? Okay, so anyone can learn, guys. I just listed out some of uh, the people who can learn. Basically, software test engineers who are part of a manual testing till today, they can learn it. Automation engineers who are part of different tools, they can learn Selenium. Automation leads or QA leads, QA managers can learn. Freshers can learn. Developers they can learn. Software development team they can learn. And the folks who are coming, who are having any IT background, for them it will be very easy. And who are also coming from the non IT background, they don't have any IT background, they also can learn, but provided that they have to do some strong homework. That is nothing but they have to prepare themselves before starting this simple course. Okay, so these are all the target audience which they can learn. Okay, and finally, what are all the benefits which you get at the end of the course? Okay, so this course is completely designed for total 35 to 40 days, guys. Out of 40 days, all the concepts which I am going to teach you will be explained with the real time examples. Okay, and I'm going to take real time scenarios and run and show you, write the code and show you. Okay, all the source code files will be shared. So what are all Java projects which I am going to create as part of the entire course, those Java classes, everything will be shared. And you will have a daily video recording access. So everyday classes will be recorded, videos will be recorded and will be shared with you at the end of the day. Okay, and the main thing is it just not like the simple classes, guys. I am going to make sure you are going to practice. That is main motto. That means I'm going to provide some assignments at the end of the every week, so that you can gain some hands-on experience. Okay, simple examples I will share you, so that you can start automating them, so that you will gain some knowledge and you will gain some hands-on experience. Just theory knowledge won't help you, guys. Hands-on experience is required. Okay, and Selenium materials will be provided as usual, and sample resumes I will provide. I have some sample resumes across different experience levels, and uh, sample automation framework will be provided, which is developed by me. That will be, I will show you how to develop the automation framework as well, and I will share that at the end of the day. And I will share the commonly asked Selenium interview questions. 100 questions I have prepared, theory plus real time questions, and also core Java questions also I have prepared. I will be sharing those. Okay, and course duration and contents, guys. So this course is designed basically for total 30 to 45 30 to 40 days, guys. Let me open the course content part. Okay, so if you see, I divided entire course into total 4 phases. Okay, first phase 1, I am going to discuss about introduction about Selenium. And second phase, directly jumping onto Java, and it is almost 8 to 10 days I'm going to spend only on Java. Okay, because the people who are coming from the non-technical background. So I'm going to start teaching you very starting from very root level, like what is Java, what is how to install it, how to write a simple program, what is variable, what is data type, all those things guys in detailed step by step we'll discuss in 10 days for completely for Java concepts. Then I will directly jump into Selenium core concepts, how to install Selenium and how to automate different things like text fields, buttons, checkboxes, and all those things. Okay, that is phase 3 core concepts. And phase 4, I am going to discuss about some advanced Selenium concepts like how to automate Excel sheets, how to read the data, and how to use TestNG, and how to automate what is a test automation framework, how to design and develop test automation framework using page object model and Maven tool and Git, Jenkins. All these tools also will be discussed, and also finally we'll give some tips and tricks and then interview questions. Okay, so this is how I just designed for 34 days, but it may extend 5 to 60 days guys. That's where I'm mentioning this entire course is designed for 30 to 40 days working days. Like mostly weekends there won't be any class. Mostly if required I will take a class on Saturday but not on Sunday. And yeah, so that's where a 5 day week, and also sometimes I might take a class on Saturday as well. Okay, so this is all about course contents. This will be shared with you, don't worry. um, I think I'm done for the day. I'm almost, let me check anything else is there. Yeah, think that's it guys. So yeah, I'm going to leave for you for any questions you guys have. Okay, so that's all from my side for today as part of on high level discussion about Selenium and other things. So now I'm leaving to you guys. If you guys have any questions, not only related to Selenium or something, just you can directly talk to me, or you can post your question on the chat box. There is a chat box. You can post there. I will be reading that and then discuss. Okay. You can post that question in the chat box as well. Any questions, guys? Yeah, we are going to share you the recorded session. This today's session also will be shared with you guys. So that's where Career IT team will reach out to you for your details like email ID and phone number, so that they will share you today's recording session. And also even in regular course also daily, uh, daily they will be sharing recorded session. Suppose day from day one, whatever topics we discussed, right, every day the classes will be recorded, and that video recording will be shared by the end of the day. That's where please try to provide your details with career ID teams, email ID and phone number. They will reach out to you. Yeah, I got one more question. For non-IT people, QA Selenium is better or BA? See, for non-IT people, basically BA is like a business analyst or something. So that role nowadays, what I observed as part of my experience, uh, BA roles are getting uh, reduced a lot. Earlier, we used to have BA roles. Now, the Scrum Master or the DevOps team, right, whoever they right, are project managers. They only taking care of everything. So that is one thing. And BA role is basically you need a lot of experience. Uh, it's not like freshers are like 3 to 5 years experience guys can go into the BA role. BA role is a very experienced role. You need at least 12 to 15 years of experience if at all we want to get into the BA role. Directly we cannot get, at least 10 years of experience required. That's where for non-IT folks, first we can start with QA Selenium or testing thing, and then eventually uh, uh, you can grow in that area, and then you can go for BA role also. Suppose once you gain the experience for 5 years or 7 years, then you can start applying for the BA roles and you can go into that role as well. Yes. Any other questions, guys? Max, how many days the BDD cucumber topic will cover? So BDD cucumber, I haven't included in the course concerns actually. Earlier, we used to take it as a separate course. This one, let's see. For I will provide a high level details about BDD cucumber. Actually, as part of our course, I am going to discuss one test automation framework using TestNG. Okay, so then we'll try to include BDD also for 1 or 2 days, so that maximum like once you learn the basic concepts, you can learn in 2 days. But once you start practicing, then it will take a max in one week. You can learn this BDD cucumber concepts. Okay. Only thing is the concepts wise we can finish it in 1 or 2 days. That's it. But only thing is practice is required there. Yep. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions for today? Okay. No issues. Guys, one thing. So career IT team, they will reach out to you with recorded session of today, and they will also share the course contents, and also keep in touch with them. uh, Actually, when we are going to start the regular classes, mostly uh, this week only, I mean coming week, by mostly by Tuesday or Wednesday, but that also they will share you the details on time, like they will keep on updating you with the details, like when the actual course is going to start. Okay, for other details also, they can answer you all the details. Okay. Yeah. So if there are no further questions, at least for today, I hope we are good to close. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thank you all for your time. So I hope you guys got a basic information about Selenium test automation. So we will be going in deep with very more details in the regular classes. Okay. So this is kind of a introduction, or it's kind of a demo session where you gain some knowledge or some details about Selenium. But in regular course, we will, as I mentioned, step by step, in detail with real time experience, real time scenarios. We are going to discuss all the topics, guys. Okay. Yeah. Okay then. Thanks for your time. So catch up soon in the regular classes. Yeah. Thank you all. See you.